Welcome to Social Remedy TV, where we believe in information, inspiration, and healing. And under no circumstances do we believe in gatekeeping. I am so excited to be here. My name is Roger Green Jr. I'm here at the PAW International Summer Convention. I am here with my big bro, the incomparable legend himself, Pastor Nissan Stewart. Y'all need to go crazy in them comments.
What's up, man?
What's
How you
up?
feeling, Roger?
Man, I'm doing great, bro.
That's good.
This is a long time coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've been wanting to link up and do some things for a long time, but I'm just excited to be here, man. I could begin this interview in so many different ways because you've had a prolific music career, you've had a prolific ministry career, you've had a prolific business career, and so there's so many different facets about you. Can you tell our audience just a little bit, just a snippet of what makes Nissan?
Wow. First of all, I'm so glad to be here with the Social Remedy TV. You know, that inspiration and healing, all those things are necessary. And I think what makes me who I am is I love to serve. I love to use my gifts and resources to be able to bless other people. And that's really what it's about. I mean, I've been fortunate and blessed to do some great things in my life, be a part of some great moments in music history and culture and church music and church history and culture. And so to say I made it this far, it's really by God's grace. And so just the opportunity to serve is what I love to do. That's what we're called to do anyway. So
Absolutely.
That's what makes me me.
Absolutely. Well, I was born in the 70s, and so I think that was
me too.
That was a beautiful thing because we had the 70s culture.
Yes.
Then we had all the great music in the 80s.
Yeah.
But then as we grew up like teens, and so that 90s era,
yes, sir,
was really hitting. And so I'd never forget growing up in that time, coming to the conventions. You know, everybody was talking about Nissan Rapture, talking about Gerald Haddon, all of these people.
Yes.
And then to see, leaving from the convention, y'all be writing Billboard hits.
Yeah,
I mean, doing some just phenomenal things. It was always like an inspiration to us as PAW kids to see one of our own. Like, you know, you turn on TV and see Nissan playing on Jay Leno's show or something, or playing for the Grammys or doing some things. It was always a blessing. How did you keep that balance of church, but also being able to be put in what some may consider secular spaces or spaces outside of church? How did you keep your integrity and still be able to thrive in those areas as well?
Well, I understand, and even then I understood my DNA. Man, I made so many great friends growing up at these conventions. My father and mother, the late Bishop Carl and Janet Stewart, my grandfather, Bishop William Crosley. I'm third generation PAW.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of what I learned it here. I had my first what I would call big stage moment here at the conventions with my mentor, the late, great Minister Craig Tyson.
My Lord.
He was the
just
one.
Pause there. If y'all don't know, go YouTube.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was the inspiration for so many of the folk that y'all listen to now.
Absolutely.
Craig Tyson, by far, even his brother, Bishop C. Sean Tyson.
Yep.
The best organist you ever want to hear.
Absolutely. I'll say that. I'll say that to the day I die. It was 1992. I believe we were in Chicago National Convention. And, you know, you always got to be ready. I was always ready. And Craig was like, you know, and then next thing you know, I was playing, and that, you know, that gave me the confidence. I think that as we were young, myself and my younger brother Rapture, who, you know, as you stated, has produced many, many great records. Him and his production partner Eric Seats, who's PAW too,
absolutely,
from Indiana.
Dawkins,
all them guys. You know, so many of us. We learned it here. I can't get away. One of the great things is, I would always, when we were touring, I would always try to, if we had a day off, many of my friends would tell you, if it was a day off or two and the convention was going on, I would try to fly in town, even if it was for one day, just to see our friends, because it's like a family reunion.
And we would see y'all pull up. And that meant the world to us, knowing that you were all over the world doing things.
Yeah.
But y'all would pull up. I've always admired how Kojic does it.
Yep.
And it's almost like, you know, once you're in Kojic, it doesn't matter what you do. They all come back, whether it's the Clark sisters, Kiki Shear, it doesn't matter. They all come back. So to see you all come back in that way, it always made me feel proud.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, that's big bro.
We represent the PAW all day. it will forever be that. Even transitioning from musician to being a pastor, and then assuming the pastorate of Greater Emmanuel Temple in Linwood, who our church, we're getting ready to celebrate 59 years next month, right? And so just being here, being PAW, a lot of leaders of other reformations have said, hey man, we would love for you to, all right, that's cool. But it's PAW. So I love this organization. I love who we are within the body of Christ. And I believe that there's so much value. That's why I'm glad to be leading with you, pastors like yourself. It's our time and we're paying attention. And when I say it's our time, I mean it's our time to bring the resources that we're blessed with, the connections we're blessed with, the creativity that God has given us to be able to enhance and make sure this continues. Because while we're here on this earth, we believe that as this organization was founded, it was founded for a reason. For sure. And so it's up to us to now just step up to the plate, bring what we bring, and also for the senior statesmen to open up their ears to listen to us, because we have ideas that would help
we've
this
lived
generation.
Some life too.
Yeah, we live life too. I don't know about you, Roger. I tell my age. I just turned 50 this year.
That's right. So I'm 46.
So doing life as we've done it, understanding church, understanding this culture. I think God has something for us, and the PAW it's going to even get better and better.
Mm-hmm. How did it feel? Because you come from such a great legacy. Anybody that talks about the PAW in general, but talks about it specifically on the West Coast and California, your dad's legacy and the ministry of that church is a phenomenal legacy. So having to step into that role, fill those shoes, so to speak, but yet still have your own authenticity. And for people to now be able to rally around it and see you and like, we loved his dad, but Pastor Nissan is holding his own. How does that feel?
Well, it's good. It's a challenging thought, because in the beginning I was like, man, I don't preach like, I don't sound like that PAW sounds, so to speak. But one thing my father told me before he passed, he was like, remember, God called you to sound like you. He didn't call you to sound like anybody else.
Sure.
That statement, that moment of affirmation, to just be in the word, study, share as God gives it to you, and be authentic to who you are, and you'll go further than you will trying to be somebody else.
For sure.
So that's what blessed me and helped me. And then assuming that position for that great church is great. And now after 12 and a half years pastoring, seeing how God has just sent an influx of people that love the Lord, that have come, some come broken, some come whole, some come rich, some come poor, and trying to create a space for everybody to come in and hear the word of the Lord, the preached word of Jesus Christ. It's such an honor to do it. An honor to do it. And so, that was one of the things my father said too. I asked him as we were preparing for the transition, I said, so Dad, what did you want to see? He said, I built this church to see it full.
Yeah.
See it full with all sorts of people, all ethnicities, everybody. And I said, before he passed, I said, well, we're going to have to change some things for you to do that. But just a few weeks ago, I took our ministers through a curriculum that the Lord laid on my heart to share with individuals who are newly called to the ministry, as well as some seasoned individuals that needed some training. We had an ordination service, and our church was just jam-packed the other Sunday. And then I had to hold myself together because I hear those things. I could, hear my father when he told me. Yeah. He said, we fill this church up. We have Asian people. We have Hispanic people. We have people from various other ethnicities, Caucasian people. They love it, and they get some church. Yeah. And they get some of this new school too.
That's dope.
And so I'm honored I'm humbled by it actually every week.
And that might have been a tall task for someone to want to have that desire in another city.
Yes.
But in LA, with it being such a melting pot, it's so many opportunities there for you to have that Latino influence, to have that Asian, to have that Caucasian or African American. So I could see that manifesting right there where you are located.
Yes. And God is doing something with us. I won't share it now, but offline I'll share with you at the right time. But I'm just like, man, like, Lord, what are you doing? Just when I think, okay, it's good, we're here, he's like, there's more for you to do.
Wow.
And so the assignment and the preparation for it, I'm excited and nervous. I think you got to have a little bit of nervousness with you. It's not fear. It's just we're in a place where like, okay, how is this going to happen?
Just anxious.
And God always proves himself to be exactly who he is as a provider, as our healer, as our hope, as our future. And so I'm just honored. I'm in awe at what God is doing.
I could imagine that. Give me your three. I want first your three greatest preaching influences, and then your three greatest musical influences.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that your musical palette is very vast.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay. So my greatest preaching influences, I'm going to say, one is Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes.
Yes, sir.
Because of his ability to be who he has been throughout history, to be so relative and so concerned about the future, and do it in a way that everybody gets hit with the word.
Right.
Him, and I'm also in awe of our bishop. I'm part of the Northern California District Council, Bishop Noel Jones.
I know where you're going. The preacher's preacher.
Yeah, the preacher's preacher, who is not only a great preacher, but a mentor to younger pastors in such a way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, and I love Bishop Jones and have known him for years, but being a part of that council these past 6-7 years has been just a great thing for me. So him as well. And then I really, really love two other. I'm going to give you two guys.
Okay.
And one for me, Pastor Rick Warren.
Oh, yes. Purpose-driven church.
Purpose-driven church.
Yeah.
There's a story behind that. When I, in 2004, accepted the call to the ministry, I accepted it. It's a long story. I've shared it. People can probably find that, online or someplace. But bottom line, I went to go look for the book, Purpose-Driven Life, just because I wanted to do some inner preparation for myself as a person, as a human being, as a child of God. I left. I didn't find the book. I went outside to go to my car. Someone told me to go back in the store, and I saw the Purpose-Driven Church. I didn't even know it was a book.
Yeah.
Bought the book. I went, and Pastor Rick Warren's church is not that far from my house.
Yeah.
And so I would go
on
Saturdays.
Right. I didn't think about it.
He's in the Orange County area, and to sit there and listen to him, just the simplicity of the teaching with so much value and wealth in it. So those three, between him and I really like Dr. Andy Stanley. I love Andy Stanley.
Yeah.
So those two, they're very different with it. And so me, I think I'm in my training, indirectly, those guys. Now with music, the first inspiration for me, as we are, I don't know when this is going to air, but we're getting ready to lay one of the greatest to rest, and Bishop Michael Brooks. Commission is my absolute favorite group of all time.
Yes, sir.
My number one influence in music, period. So all the things I've done secular, all the things I've done, I mean, it don't sound like Commission, but they're my number one group. Every song, every album. I tell Michael Brooks that all the time. I tell Fred all the time when I see him. So Commission.
Go tell somebody to number 7, to Matters of the Heart.
All that. I also am, I really love the music of the Police.
Oh, wow. I told you your palette.
I know, Saints, y'all don't get mad. Y'all
don't
stay
get
over
mad.
there.
Don't lose the victory.
It's okay. I know who I am. But the creativity of Sting and Stuart Copeland and the Police, that's my group. And then I would say the last one, being that you caught me off guard, I'm going to say my brother Warren Campbell.
Oh,
because Warren, everything, and we grew up together. A lot of people know me and Warren, and a group of us were like best friends growing up. Yeah. And for him to be just won Producer of the Year the other day at the Stellars again. Warren has been an influence because he's a bridge producer. In other words, he takes sounds that honor the past and sounds that are way far beyond where we are now.
Yeah.
And he puts them together, and he tells the stories and brings melodies of the believer's experience and songs of praise, and he does it in a unique way. So those three, I would say, as a drummer,
and
however,
his ears impeccable.
oh yeah,
too.
Warren's
like,
ear
Warren's
is
ear is
crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy, man. But as a drummer, being in church, some of y'all may not remember the Phelps boys, Kenny and Keith Phelps.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those guys.
We going legendary here.
Stuff. The late great champ, Ira Champ Gilroy, Bishop Michael Lloyd, my brothers, and again, Craig Tyson, the PA Dub. We had it all. So I learned it all here.
Every ministry gift you can imagine.
I learned it right
preachers,
here.
The top musicians, top singers.
And I say it every day. I mean, when I talk to, every time I see, and I'll say this last, when I see my brother, we called him Pookie around here as he was a drummer, Justin Tyson.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, which he was here last year when we celebrated our brother LaRon, who the Lord called home. But when I see him, I think about his dad. I don't want to say it, but when I see him, I just think about his dad.
Yeah.
Great drummers, but a lot of great things have come from this great organization. And so I'm just glad we're here to share. I'm glad we are who we are. And I'm glad that this podcast has taken the time to do what it can do to help individuals. Understanding the social component for this time and this season, it matters.
Conversations like this are necessary.
Yeah, and I know y'all just getting us after church, but I love to come back when y'all really talking about it. What you got?
Yes, sir.
The Golden basketball.
Yes, sir.
Well, see, I gotta say it the way. Here's the deal. I love LeBron James.
Yeah,
he's my guy.
Yes.
But the GOAT for me is going to be Michael Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you, we're not going to talk size. We're not going to talk the stats. I'm going to talk the winning killer instinct.
Yes, sir.
I have to talk about that.
Yeah.
But listen, some people tell you to pick and choose. I don't have to pick and choose. I can do it.
Yeah.
I love Jordan. I lived when Jordan played. He's got the ball. What is he about to do?
Absolutely.
Is that we don't always get there. And I'm a Lakers season seat holder.
That's what I'm about to say. Talk about that
so
Lake
I've been
show.
I've been watching LeBron since he came. That's right.
Gold,
I got the purple. You know what it is. But LeBron, oh my God, what he's doing, even this week with USA basketball, it's just crazy, man. So
freakish.
Yeah, I don't. That's just gonna be what it is. I love him. All the haters, all y'all be on social media hating on LeBron. No, y'all really, as you can tell, y'all only play basketball at recess
for sure,
or in the rec center, because a lot of y'all don't know basketball. It's just emotional opinions that y'all have. But listen, it's all gravy. It's all gravy.
I love conversations like this. Man. This is almost like this is outside in the lobby of the convention. These are conversations that we have.
Yeah.
And so I love it. I appreciate it. Before I let you go,
yes, sir.
We like to do here on Social Remedy TV something that we call either or.
Okay.
And so just a little game. Like I'll give you something and pit them two against each other. So playing the musician in you, Maple or Babinga set?
Babinga.
Hey. Okay. Crash or ride?
Crash.
Okay. I love it. Rock kit or jazz fusion kit?
Rock kit all day.
Yes,
you can't play a small fusion kit in service in arenas. When you playing, I've been blessed to play in front of 80 and 90,000 people. And those kits, I have this one particular kit that I just got that I'm going to be using on Dancing with the Stars this year.
See?
I call it the Laker kit, by the way.
Yes, sir.
And it is I think it's maple mahogany mixed with Babinga. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me on that piece of it yet. I'll let you know. Yeah. But it's purple and gold, this kit.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
And it's a rock kit because the sound has to be big.
Yes.
And so I love playing.
That kick is just thunder.
The kick and the toms have to sound big. So, rock for me.
I love that, bro. Yeah. And so last thing before we go.
Okay.
You've had a whole catalog of experiences, memories, all of those things. As you mentioned, you'll be playing on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
So many opportunities God has blessed you with. What is your most memorable event or occasion or the time that you met someone? What's been most memorable in your music career?
Well, the most memorable thing I've been a part of Well, so last year I did the two things. I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
Last year I played on the Grammys, and I did the performance where they honored Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson.
Yes.
So I was on drums, Alex Allen on bass, Stevie Wonder on the piano, Greg Fillinganes on piano. Who was on? Oh, my man, his name just left me. Country singer. Oh my God. He's my favorite. Who sang arguably one of the best national anthems ever. Forgot my man's name. Country singer. It just left me. So that was great.
Just
that was crazy
legend.
Because we played, and then at the day before we played with the Four Tops, all the Motown legend. So that moment, and then some years ago, about 10 years ago, I was able to, maybe a little longer, I was able to play on the Shaka Khan tribute on the BET Awards with Prince, Stevie again.
Whoa.
Who else played with us? But playing with Prince was, and I got a purple tie on. Saints don't get mad again, because he is one of the most creative songwriter producers. That was crazy for me. That was absolutely crazy.
So before you finish that, yes. I got to do that comparison.
Okay. Ooh.
Michael or Prince?
Yeah, I mean, I like this one. I'm going to say Prince. Bro, and I'm going to tell you why.
The musical acumen.
I'm going to tell you why. First of all, Michael Jackson, the biggest star.
Biggest star.
Ever, pretty much.
Yeah.
Love the songs, love the music. But Prince wrote the songs, played everything, had a uniqueness. He changed the sound.
Yes.
With Michael Jackson, there's Quincy and the other guys that produced the sound, and Mike was a writer and did his thing, and I love Michael Jackson. Y'all can hate me if you want, but Prince creatively,
yes,
brought something that was so unique.
So do you think that's where kind of the perceived rift between them, that Prince is like, I should be a bigger star because I'm writing, playing, and doing all this?
Yeah, well, I think that too. And funny thing, I just read. So my cousin, Ricky Smith, they call him Freeze. He's the bass player in the Time.
Right.
And so who grew up playing in church. So he plays with Morris Day in the Time. Shout out to Freeze and shout out to the Time. Morris, those are my friends. I was watching them, and then I went to a gig, and then Morris sends me a birthday wish that they played in church. He wished me happy birthday in church. That was funny. Oh my God. We were like, what? And then I went and read their book, Morris's book. And I didn't know that. In that book, I found out that Prince had started the book before he died.
Really?
Yes. And he didn't finish it. But I read the book. And the interesting thing is, he would talk about, they would call him like Mike or the other, here's a name that he would call each other. So they knew, they probably were cool, but in public weren't. Right. It was just a thing, but it just is what it is. It's greatness. It's just greatness. Both are greatness.
For sure.
So it's good. It's good.
Bro, I have thoroughly enjoyed this talk with you. I love it when it's more like a conversation. Yeah, it's not scripted. And so I hope that you all have enjoyed it. Please go follow this man, my brother, the incomparable Nissan Stewart. Tell the people where they can follow you.
You can follow me at Nissan Stewart. Follow our church on Instagram at GET Family Now. And on Facebook, GET Family, and on YouTube, you can watch us on Sundays.
Yes,
where we have a good time. So,
and if you ever in the Los Angeles area, please check my brother out.
Check us out.
Innovative church, multicultural church, and more than anything, a sound ministry that's preaching and teaching great sound doctrine. And so we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you,
God bless you. Love you. This is Roger Green signing off from Social Remedy TV. Yes. We love you. Stay tuned.
Peace.